All right. Welcome to another awesome episode of Money Madness with yours truly, Jean Marlowe Davis. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's all about how to make money, keep money, protect money, and grow money because it's your money with Money Madness. I want to say thank you to all our wealth creators out there. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for leaving your comment. I really, really appreciate you guys. And that's the clue for all those who have not. I want you right now, go ahead and click like. Make sure you hit the share button. Make sure you hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. And guys, make sure you become active in the conversation that we have. I'm excited to talk about what has been on my spirit this past weekend. And, a lot of times, guys, I talk about what I experienced in the field with my customers and clients. And some allow me to share their names and some don't and however they allow me to share the story. And tonight, I want to talk about the American dream has become the American nightmare. And we're going to dive more into that tonight and what is being reported by different organizations. And then we're going to get into some of the solutions that I believe that will really help you going financially. Things that my husband and I are doing, our business partners are doing, that to help you to lower your taxes, get out of debt, and create generational wealth. So we're going to talk about that tonight, the American dream becoming the American nightmare. We're going to really dive into it. If you just join us, please go ahead and click the share button. Share with your friends, your family, your children. Your children should be watching this that deals with financial IQ. They should be watching it. So they can make sure they're not struggling. I have the conversation with my 4 grown kids about finances and making sure they understand the value of time. We're going to talk about that, guys, when we come back from the commercial break. This is going to be, I'm going to be a little bit more passionate about this tonight because this is what we do. That's the reason why we create the Institute of Financial Freedom and Investment Solutions. That is the reason why we created our company, to prepare you for the rain before it pours. And I'm going to share what the phone call that I received. I keep getting these phone calls, and it bothers me when people call me. I'm grateful they're calling for help, but sometimes they call when they're in a pickle or the fire's on their backside. And then now the energy is different from an energy of creativity to an energy of desperation and being anxious and, oh God, I got to get this money. Different field. Okay, working with a client that's with creativity versus one that's anxious. I don't like to work with anxious clients. I really, really don't. Okay, so we're going to talk about this when we come back. The American dream has become the American nightmare. You're watching Money Madness with yours truly, Jean Marlowe Davis. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Make sure you be right here with us and grab a pen and paper so you can take notes. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Give me 1 second, guys. Somebody is submitting a question. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. At least they asking questions, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're back. Welcome back to Money Madness with yours truly, Jean Marlowe Davis. The title that we're talking about is The American Dream Has Become the American Nightmare. What was the American dream? When I was a little kid growing up, the American dream back then, I grew up in, I was born in the 70s, grew up 80s, graduated in the 90s, went to college, things of that nature. And back then, It was more so selling on going to school, getting a good education so you can graduate, hopefully get some scholarships, go to college, graduate from there so you can get a good job, work that job for 40 years, retire, with 40% of what you can even live on, get the big house with the white picket fence, live their home ownership till you die. Let's get a home, buy a home, have 2.5 kids and a little bitty dog. That was the American dream. Vacation once a year, twice a year, be able to, live middle class. Now we know that middle class and poor is only going to be either poor or wealthy. The middle class is being eradicated. Okay. That's what's happening right now. And so that was the American dream. Let's go in debt and get us a house, mortgage. Look up the word. More means for to death. So you're indebted to that house to death. A lot of people die and the mortgage still not paid off, and now it's got to go through the state because a lot of people don't have a will. A lot of people don't have stuff. So now the state got to figure it out, sell it, split it up, if possible. If you don't have any outside debts like the IRS and other things. That will pull on your money before your children can even get it. Like I said, working 40 years on a job, 40 years. Today, that does not exist. There is a few people who may have been on a job 20 years or what have you, but 40 years today in 2022, not happening. So that was the American dream. I find Mr. Right, Mrs. Right, whoever, whatever your dish is, and we're going to have a family. We're going to buy the big dream, the house. We're going to get the house, get the kids. We both are going to work. We're going to work like crazy because we want to have that family vacation. We want to be able to go some places, and God forbid, hopefully nobody gets sick. Nobody gets ill. Nobody's diagnosed with a disease. Nothing critical happens that will affect the American dream. Well, guys, as I said earlier, the American dream has become an American nightmare. Divorces are at a all-time on COVID. Some people put, husband and wife in there too long together. Some people didn't make it, and that means that there was trouble in the relationship in the beginning. COVID had nothing to do with it. It was trouble in the beginning, but having some time apart helped, right? But I want to share some facts that that I looked at today that really bothered me. Or maybe I start off with the story. I had someone reach out to me, and it was a male, and I will not share his name, but he said I could tell his story. He reached out to me and he said, Jean, I just want to let you know what you're doing is fantastic. I've been watching your shows for years. I heard you on the radio with Derek Bozeman. I remember when you was working with Danny Glover. I said, you know me that long? He said, I'm ashamed to say it because what's about the following, right? He said, I've been watching you for years, tuning in to your YouTube shows, all that stuff. And he said, I've been hearing you talk about the importance of, being a business owner, importance of understanding your financial statement, increasing your financial IQ, the importance of having multiple streams of income, the importance of not depending on one source of income. And I'm ashamed to tell you this. And I was like, what's going on? He said, my whole department just got a notice. The whole department. Not half, the whole department. Listen to this, just got a notice that effective May the 1st, their position is gone. The company is packing up, moving to Texas. The company is like, we're going back to Texas where we started. We're kind of doing some reorganizational things. And reorganization simply is a shortcut for cutting your paycheck. That's what that means, letting go folks. Reorganization means letting some folks go, okay? That's what that means. And he said to me, I got a nice, healthy package. Babe, make sure TW, what's that? Tiff's LLC is scrolling down below right now. It needs to be scrolling through this whole conversation because Tiff's LLC, because somebody need to go there right now and book your free 15-minute consultation. Okay, now listen. He said, I was presented a good package, Dean, a good package. I talked to my lawyer. I talked to my wife. I'm going to go ahead and take it because May the 1st, regardless if you take it or not, the position is gone. He said, I need to get with you because I know what you've been doing. You've been consistent for years. And that's why I'm coming to you because I need somebody who's consistent. I need you to get a game plan with me. I'm willing to pay whatever I need to pay. But I can't keep living like this. Thank God my wife's still working. We got money set aside. So he says it's time to go to work. I look at it as it's time for me to go to work. And so I was happy to hear that. But then in my spirit, it started bothering me because I really care, man. I really care. I got in this business because I really care. I became a business owner because I really care. I fell in love with finances and wealth creation and educating about taxes and all that because I really care. And the people, the thousands of people that I've met over the years, that eyes light up when you educate them about finances and taxes and business ownership. And then when they go home, I just wonder, do they fall to the wayside? And wait till something like this happens, where now they're forced to do something. They're forced to try to create. One thing I told the man, I said, I don't work with anxious clients. I don't work with skittish people. I'm dang sure ain't gonna convince you that my way is the right way. I want people who are eager to learn, willing to change, and ready to go to work. Is that you? He said, that's me. I said, all right. Well, here's the different packages that we have. Let me know when you want to rock and roll, right? Because all money is not good money. And it's been times in my past experience that I have worked with some crazy folks, man, and I wanted to just get them their money back in the name of Jesus. I was like, oh, God, no. But that's not for everybody. Is not set up the way him and his wife was set up, that they have money to take action, to get a game plan together after losing a stream of income in May. He's trying to go ahead and get some things going. Everybody can't be a business owner either. Everybody can't be a business owner because they don't have the discipline that it takes to be a business owner. They don't have the drive. They don't have the strong desire. They don't have the grit or stickability that it takes to be a business owner. I've been in business for over 20 years. Good, bad, indifferent, rainy days, snowy days, spring days, and summer. I've been through all the seasons in the business, highs and lows, learning, growing, reinventing myself, getting better, still have a coach, still have a mentor, even been in business this long, created other streams of income from our business. Some people get mad when they try to recruit you and you tell them, I already have what I need, bro. I already got my logs on the fire, and trust me, they're burning brightly. Some people don't like it, but hey, I said, you know what they teach you. Tell me yes, tell me no, hurry up so you can go. I gave you your no, so go ahead and go because I got my flow. That's how it rolls over here. Okay. You got to have something. But business is not, I want to say that before I make my suggestions and paint the picture. I started off with the American nightmare. What would the dream that everybody wanted, the nice house, the nice job, retire 40 years and all this other stuff. I want to read some stats that I was like, anyway, let me just read it. American families during the last 25 years have masked their problems with unsustainable levels of debt. You know what that means, living off the credit card. According to Consumer Financial Health Survey, 26% of Americans say their finances cause them significant stress. 43% struggle to keep up with just paying bills. 43%. 36% are not confident they could come up with $2,000 for an emergency in a 30-day period. That's at 36%. That they needed 2,000, they couldn't come up with it. 30% are carrying an unhealthy amount of debt. Now, according to CNBC article by Michelle Fox, it says 26% of Americans believe their financial situation will get worse in 2022. And 42% believe it will stay the same. That's a very small percent of growth and development and change. And so when I was reading it, you know what it made me think about? The many opportunities that someone has came to, yes, you, the listener, those who are watching, whether you're watching live or replay, there's someone who's came to you with an opportunity. I found an opportunity to earn more money. I found an opportunity where you don't have to depend on one string. I found an opportunity where you could become financially free. I found an opportunity to help you fix your credit. I found an opportunity to get you out of debt. I found an opportunity. I found an opportunity. I found an opportunity. How many times have you heard that? There's an opportunity. Most of the time, people say, well, that's not my passion. I will hope being broke is not your passion too. I just don't believe in those things. I don't know what I want to do. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, time is steady going by. I can swear I remember, babe, being in high school and college not too long ago. Not too long ago. And now I'm 51 with 4 grown kids and 2 precious grandbabies. Time waits for no one. A lot of people think it's the money that is of value. No, it's your time. You have to be very careful who you spend your time with. And you can't just be, the nightmare for me is if I had to worry about one stream of income. That's the nightmare. I'm going to get into some other facts that will blow your mind that some people would be like, oh, no, I don't think I ever get there. But I'm going to share that with you when we come back with this commercial break. And then I'm going to share with you some real-time solutions that I feel that you should be able to implement right now, right now. So we're going to talk about that when we come back from the commercial break. You're watching Money Madness with yours truly, Jean Marlo Davis. We're talking about the American dream has become an American nightmare, and it's time for everybody to wake up. We'll be right back after this commercial break. We're back. Okay, so we're talking about the American dream has become the American nightmare. Got a good friend watching, Cora Morris. What's up, sis? Glad that you tuned in. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, shoot your questions right now. Bruce is monitoring. the comments to see. We're live on youtube.com/Jean Malo Davis, facebook.com/Jean Malo Davis, and at Twitter, Jean Malo Davis. You can catch us on any of those stations right now. But as you heard, I read these financial health survey, and I just, for the life of me, I don't get it. I don't see how anyone can just depend on one stream of income. Now, mind you, I am a happily married woman, and I'm grateful that my husband's a go-getter and he's a business owner and doing big things as well. But I, in my mind, don't even depend on the money that he brings in, because I just, in my mind, I want to make sure that I never have to worry about money. The nightmare for me is not to be ready. I read somewhere, be ye ready for what? For anything. That's in my mind, for anything. And to say that 30, what's that thing? 36% of the people are confident in America that if they needed to come up with $2,000 in 30 days, they couldn't do it. That's 36%. So what is the solution? What is the solution? I'm going to talk about that right now. But I want you to write down this number, 10 million, okay? 10 million. My mentor stated that you need to really be focusing. Now, this man is a multi-millionaire, got a big conference going on, Mr. 10X. My mentor said, in order for you to have peace and be prepared for any financial disaster, anything, you need to have over $10 million, period, in assets, tangible assets. You need to have over $10 million. And if you don't have it, you need to be working hard to get to a position where you can get 8, 9 million, right? That you can build multiple streams of income, not just depending on your job, not allowing someone to be able to come into your home and snatch your paper, snatch the rug off and underneath you or your husband. When that gentleman called me and shared with me today, hey, Jean, my whole department is being let go. But thank God me and my wife have money set aside. Thank God she's still working. I know I should have talked to you a long time ago, but I didn't think it would happen to me. That's what most people think. I don't think it's not going to happen to me until it happens to you. And then now you're figuring out, okay, you're 50, you're 60, trying to figure out how can you go get another job. And they looking at you right now, and they want to take they're trying to be careful so you don't sue them, but they really want to take a questionnaire on you, like, how's your health? They do ask in some questions, do you smoke? Do you, what, yeah, you know, some things are protected, but they want to know because you're a big insurance factor for them. Talking about people who are older trying to find a job now. And, you know, we were taught, I know I was taught as a kid, and I know you was taught the same thing. We probably have the same family, that don't put all your eggs in one basket. Were you taught that, Bruce? My grandma told me that. So did my mom. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I've been a business owner for 20 some odd years. I'm what you call unemployable. I couldn't work a job if you paid me, because I always just been fascinated about creating wealth. People have always said, oh, she'll be back on the job. She'll be back. By God's grace and mercy, it's 20 plus years strong, and sister haven't been back. I've been creating more streams of income. Why do I tell you this? Because I'm sharing with you something that we're doing that can help you. So what is the solution? Because I like to get into the solution and get out of the disarray and the madness and the sadness. Number one, I just said it. You can't depend on one source of income. You cannot. You got to open up your mind, and you got to move away from just your job. If you have a job, all praises belong to God, that you have a job, that you can take care of your livelihood, your roof over your head, food to eat, clothes on your back. You got something that you can stand on. You're not worried about how you're going to eat. Hopefully that's not you. And hopefully, okay, so this is a sidebar conversation. Bruce and I, we always teach our kids to Number one, they know about business. I'm passionate about business. They need a business, or they need to invest, or both. You tell them, if you're working a job, get paid what you worth. Don't sit up here and get paid some little bit of money and you got to go out here and kill yourself just to make a living. So if you got to go back to school to get some kind of trade or some kind of degree in a specific field, something that is needed today, that will give you some kind of hand up, that you're not working for 15, 16 or 20 or $22 an hour, that you can barely take care of yourself, that after taxes, you're not even bringing home $1,000 a week, right? We teach our children range from age 26 to 33. That time is a precious commodity. You got to look at time is constantly going on, whether you want it to go on or not. What are you doing to increase your financial IQ? That's one of the things. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. What are you doing to set yourself up where you don't have to worry about money? What are you doing to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row? Your insurance, you got your finance, you got your will, you got your all this stuff. You can't really talk to many people about that because they don't think like that. Okay. But anyway, we share this with our children. What are you doing? If you're working a job that's not paying you anything, number one, you got to fix that. I don't care if you got to work in the day, go to school at night, or go get some kind of formal training, or work that job and get some kind of business where you can grow, a home-based business where you can grow. Maybe you need to get in a home-based business that deals with finances and investing and things of that nature to help you to grow your financial IQ. But just working a job by itself, it does not cut it, ladies and gentlemen, unless you got a lot of money in that 401k already. And then if you do, I would advise you to take some of that money and start investing. Okay. And we'll talk about what to invest in. So you can't depend on one source of income. Number two, you need a starting off. You need a home-based business, not a traditional one. Why do I say that? A lot of home-based business, as an ex-IRS auditor, I would tell you that when you become a business owner, legally, ethically, and morally, that you're striving to build a business with the intent to make a profit, guys, now you qualify for hundreds of tax deductions. And you're so brilliant if you work the business and the job at the same time, because you can adjust your W-4 where you're losing a third of your taxes. I tell people every time, when you work a job, you pay 7.65% FICA. That's the social insecurities neither you or I receive. 15 to 35% federal withholding. Depending on which state you live in, you may pay state taxes or you may not. 6 to 9% state tax. So you're losing about a third of your income to taxes. How can I? Most wealthy people look at tax shelters. I want to be able to protect my income from Uncle Sam eating it up with taxes. What do I need to do? As a business owner, if your intent to make a profit and you are materially involved in the operation of that business, not running it like some hobby, but truly involved in building that business, marketing, recruiting, building, product sales, things of that nature, now you qualify for hundreds of tax deductions. The reason why I like for someone who's just getting started, because I didn't start with a home-based business. I started with a traditional business. That's what I started with, and that's what I have. And then I started investing in home-based businesses as well, right? Because a home-based business, a lot of times somebody else has already done the research. Someone else have already put the money into it. Someone else is going to take care of the R&D, research and development. Someone else is going to take care of the accounting. Someone else is going to take care of the marketing. Someone else is going to take care of the branding. All you got to do is show up, learn the business, get the training, get the support. You don't even have to worry about a website. They already done came up with it. And now go out there and share the message to the world. I like product-based businesses. I do. I like product-based businesses, and I love educational businesses because this is what people need, right? And so with you sharing, who do you know want to lose weight? Who do you know want to get in shape? Who do you know want to increase their finances? Who do you know want to get out of debt? Who do you know want to build their credit? Who do you know? Who do you know? We know people in these specific areas that if we have a product that is proven true and good for the people, we can share this product and services, products and or services to people we know or ask who do they know and start to build a business. But the main thing that's the reason why I say that I prefer a home-based business for someone who's just getting started over someone having a traditional business like myself when I started off, that I had to do the research and development, the accounting, the marketing, the branding, everything, the website, everything. And I thank God for it because it has made me who I am today. But, you know, if I could go back and talk to Jean years ago, I'd been like, girl, go this route first. You know, save yourself some time, energy, and money and stress, girl. You know, but and another thing that I realized when it comes, everybody's not a business owner. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Everybody's not a business owner. Be true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Okay. So everybody's not a business owner. Everybody's not going to go out there and have the consistency and the fortitude to go to work in a business, whether they're making money or not. Most business owners go out of business within 3 to 5 years. Some people don't even turn a profit for 3 years. Would you still be able to stick and stay without a profit? Most people would not. That's why I said a home-based business is easier to build because you have a system in place, you have a team in place, you get training, you got someone presenting the opportunity for you, you got someone doing the marketing. All you got to do is plug in and you can start there. Start if you're working a job and building a business at the same time. You can now go back, adjust the W-4 and get some of that third that you have lost. Now you can take that money and invest in other things. Okay. We'll talk about other things in a minute. I'll share it with you a whole lot already. Now, the next thing you need to do, I would suggest, is increase your financial IQ. I wrote this book for those who don't know, those who've been hiding. I wrote a book called I'm a Wealthy Woman Because I Refuse to Be Abused, My Road to Total Prosperity. This book dropped last year, like September, and we've been all around just sharing this book and things. If you want a copy, you can go to barnesandnoble.com, target.com, and Zulon Press, right? .com. Is there something else I'm missing? Those three right there. You can go to any of those sites and order your copy. I would really, really appreciate it. Or they can scan the QR code that's right there on the screen that Bruce got. Just get your scanner, scan it, and you can order your book today. Now, on chapter 5, that's what I love about this book. It's about finances. I tell my stories, my love story to women. You know, I share the story of when I was abandoned with 4 kids and I had to learn how to, you know, just to do everything over. I made a promise to myself that would never happen again. Never, ever, 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 Tiffany, ever, ever, ever happen to me again. And I went to work, and it's not a beat down anyone, anything like that. It's my road to total prosperity and educating people about increasing their finances, having total prosperity in every everyday life, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, emotional, relationship wise. But in chapter 5, it's entitled Increasing Your Financial IQ. What's your grade? Now, I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to ask you some of these questions, okay? Because I got to hurry this thing up. Have you ever wondered why many people who hit the lottery and win millions end up broke in just 2 years? I was told you have to first become a millionaire in the mind, because if you acquire the money before increasing your financial IQ, you will lose it. Have you ever taken a look at your current finances and given yourself a report card? Would you even know what to look for or how to grade yourself? In order to get your mind in the right place about your finances, here are some questions I want you to ask yourself. And that's why I said it's very important that you get this book so you can go through the scenarios in this book and really, really take notes. Do you have a financial statement? What does your financial statement look like? Do anybody know what a financial statement is? What are your liabilities? What are your assets? Trust me, your house isn't one if you currently live there unless you rent it out or make it an Airbnb property. Okay. Do you totally depend on yourself for all of your income? How do you define wealth? How do you achieve wealth? If you lost your job today, how long could you live off your assets? Lastly, are you building generational wealth? And then the next page, I go into what a financial statement is and what an income statement is, and really break down assets versus liabilities and things of that nature. I feel that the title is What's Your Grade? It's a lot of information about finances. Like I said, go pick the book up. The QR code is right there on the screen. But those are some real questions that you need to ask yourself. And you want to increase your financial IQ because you don't want to just be working hard just to pay bills and you have nothing to show for it. You're just killing yourself to stay in a nice house, to drive the nice car, to have the illusion of I'm financially free, but you are overburdened with bills. Like you're in debt over your eyeballs. And if you quit your job today or your job was taken away from you, you would perish. The beautiful thing is when you wake up in the morning and you have been given 24 hours in that day, it's time for you to go to work and looking at yourself like, where am I and where do I want to be? I always tell my husband, because I don't want to depend on my children for nothing. I don't want to be dependent on them to take care of us. I pray to God every day. That's why we work out, we eat right, constantly conditioning ourselves to get better and better. But I do not want my kids burdened financially with taking care of their parents and things of that nature. I want to make sure that we have, as my mentor said, indestructible amounts of money that, God forbid, if anything happened, our lawyers know how things need to go down and we're taking care of it. Okay. So that's why you got to be careful who you surround yourself around, who you listen to, what you're watching, what you're reading, not just working to pay bills and you look up. And like they said, 26% of the people, 30% of the people could even come up with $2,000 in 30 days if they needed to. Imagine losing someone and have to come up with 10K to put them in the ground. And then you got to do a GoFundMe for it. I mean, these things are real. These things are what you got to start talking about right now. Do what's hard now so you can live a life of ease instead of doing what's easy and living a hard life, especially as you mature in life. You're watching Money Madness with yours truly, Jean Marlo Davis. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to wrap up the show. I'm going to talk about two more things that you need to do that can help you to increase your financial IQ and get you on the road to total prosperity. We'll be right back after this commercial break. So the first thing I want to say is me and Bruce was talking about nobody's asking questions. If you have a question, you can drop it. But I know sometimes when it comes to finances, people get a little embarrassed or feel like that their question might be a dumb question. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. Only a dumb question is a question not asked. Okay. So the main thing that I would say that I would recommend you to do right now is go to tiffisllc.com. It is scrolling down below. You're going to see something that says book your free 15-minute consult. If you see yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, Jean, it's just me and my husband, or it's just me, or whatever the case is, I need something more than what I have. I need something that I can live off the interest. If you're making $100,000 $100,000 a year, you need an asset of $1 million paying you a 10% rate of return. But really, you probably need 1,000,005 because you got to keep up with inflation. You don't believe inflation is real? Go look at the gas prices. They're just going up. Babe, I swear I saw somebody post something in California that the gas was at $8 and $9. $8 and $9. Okay. And people got to drive back and forth to work, you know. And so these are the things that you got to think about. There's going to always be some kind of plague. There's always going to be wars and rumors of wars. There's always going to be some kind of pandemic. We have lived through several pandemics, you know. There's going to be always ups and downs, hills and valleys, highs and lows. There's going to always be that. But I was taught a long time ago that if you set yourself up right, your down could still look like an up. You'll know that it's down. Let me give you an example. You made $10 million. You've been making $10 million every year, and then the next year it dropped down to 7. You know that it's a down, but hey, you're still at a good level. Does that make sense? That makes sense. So that's why you can set yourself up that even if you drop, you still have good money coming in. It's just like shooting for the stars. And if you miss, you still, they say you shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still amongst the stars. That's why you don't make your goals low. You make your goals astronomically high. I know so many times that people have said to me over the years, oh, Jean, you got such big dreams, big goals that, girl, oh, them goals are too high. Oh, girl, you sure you're going to do that? Yes. And those are the same goals that had me on Good Day Atlanta. Those are the same goals that had me on Good Morning America. Those are the same goals that had me on a 100-city tour with Danny Glover. Those are the same goals has blessed me to make over $1 million over the last 10 years. And now getting ready to make it every year, millions every year. Those are the same goals has blessed us to go out here now and hire other people and have employees working for us and building. I don't say this to brag or to boast, but I say it because you better have big goals, because that's what's going to keep you driven. And if you miss, you still will be in an area or at a level where you still can live a great life and leave an inheritance to your children. Yes or yes? Okay, yes. Okay, so you got to increase your financial IQ and grow your knowledge. The next theme is, guys, you got to become disciplined and active. Disciplined, active, and consistent. I want to make sure I put that there too. Because some people start, stop, like a stopwatch, like they run a track or something. I don't know. Start something and stop it. Start something and stop it. Start something. You have to be consistent to that thing get so dang boring to you. They said that's when you're in a wealthy level, is when it gets so boring that you can do it without even a thought. Most people, you know, I just don't get it. And I'm not trying to get it, you know. That how can you walk around and feel comfortable with just one stream of income? And I count one stream, even if you have a husband and a wife, I still consider that one stream. I don't consider that 2 streams. That's one stream. Another stream would be in another investment. We have given you guys examples. We did a course to show you how you can get into the Airbnb game, Airbnb without owning one property and make 6 figures like me and my husband and our partners in a year. We have given you, if you want that course, we can give it to you. If just leave a note, don't even change the channel, babe. Leave it right there. If you want it, then ask for it. Ask for the Airbnb course, and we'll send you the free class that'll get you started, and then you could go into the advanced class. That's if you want to learn how you could turn the property that you already have into an Airbnb property and maybe rent it out on the weekend or once or twice a month, or you want to get a property without owning it, without having to qualify for a mortgage and all this old stuff. We show you how to do that. So you can take additional cash flow and invest in yourself. There's so many different things that's out there. But with everything, you got to become disciplined. You got to be active. And you got to be consistent, even doing it when you don't feel like it. Sometimes I don't feel like doing a show because we run several businesses. And I'm very busy during the day. I love what I do. I love doing the show. I love talking to you guys. I love doing the research and putting the information out because it helps so many people. I get so many emails and inboxes and messages from people that saying, Gene, thank you. This was awesome. I appreciate you and things like that. Even people I didn't even know that was watching hit me up and say, oh, I see you. I see you. I appreciate it. So I'm very grateful to that. And last but not least, we're talking about what is the solution to getting out of this American nightmare where people are killing themselves to look rich, but they are poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly, struggling. They look good, look like they got it going on. But if you sit down with them and you get a financial statement on them, you'll see they're in extreme debt and they're one catastrophe away from a financial disaster. One catastrophe away. That's why I love be ye ready. Be ye ready for what? I say for anything. Okay. So, what can we do? The American dream becoming an American nightmare. People overweight, obese, high blood pressure, diabetes, dialysis clinics popping up all over the world. People having heart attacks and strokes, people leaving up out of here at 50 years old and younger. People stressed out, suicide rates going up, people checking out of here, depression at an all-time high, divorce at an all-time high. The American dream has become an American nightmare because a lot of people are stressed the hell out, trying to keep up with the Joneses when the Joneses themselves are struggling like hell. They just ain't gonna let you know. It's time for you to look at your financial situation. And I would definitely say start with your health because your health is your wealth. If your health is jacked up, then any strategy that I give you, it ain't gonna help you because you won't be here long enough to see it out. But what I love about God and his awesomeness, yes, I am a believer of God and the word of God. He gave us the power to heal ourselves. He gave us the power to create wealth. You can change. I don't care if you 55, 65, 75. Colonel Sanders was in his 70s when he created KFC. I don't care what your age are. You could be 18, you could be 22. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do in your 24 hours a day when you wake up and what you're implementing. And you're not relying on just your strength. I coach people every day. I mentor every day. But I have a coach. I have a mentor. I pay thousands of dollars for workshops and seminars still today because I want to remain a student. I'm not someone who think I know it all. Times are always changing. Ideas are changing. Plans are changing. The world is changing. A lot of people say, oh, I wish it would go back to the way it was. Newsflash, it won't never be the way it was. You're looking at the new, as we used to say back in the day. It's new time right now. So, what do I need to do? What is the solution? I gave you some solutions in the beginning. I'm on number 5. The last thing that I believe that everybody should do is invest in yourself. Invest in your financial education. Invest in your health. Exercise, eat right, get your physicals, put the right things in your body. Pay attention to what you're eating, what you're drinking. Get the rest that you need. Get the therapy that you need. If you need a therapist, get one. Everybody need to thing there be laying on somebody's sofa after all this mess been doing the last couple of years. I'm telling you, we all do, right? But it starts, your health is your wealth. So it starts with your mind, your body, and your soul. And if you got that and you're strong and you begin to invest in yourself, where you're able to increase your financial IQ, you get a coach, you get a mentor, that can formulate a real-time game plan, not no fluff and puff. And if you're willing to learn, you're willing to change, you're willing to be consistent, you're willing to make sure that, what's the other thing I said? You're disciplined and that you're active. Then I can definitely say you need to go to tiffisllc.com and book your free 15-minute consult and let us get a game plan started for you. It doesn't make sense to wait till something happen in order for you to make something happen. That just don't make sense to me. So I would say invest in yourself, invest in good books. This book is right there on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Zulon.com. It's it's a lot of good information, and it's an easy read. It's not a whole bunch of pages, but it's a whole bunch of information that will not only inspire you, but will inspire you to action. The bar thing is what you call the QR code is right there on the screen. You can scan it, and Bruce don't hook that up. I don't know how that works, but scan it and it'll take you to the book, right, Dave? Okay, so invest in yourself in books, workshops, seminars, coaches, mentors. When was the last time you spent $500 on yourself or $1,000 on yourself? I'm not talking about in clothes. I'm not talking about going out to eat or going on a trip. I'm talking about increasing your financial IQ. When's the last time you did that? And then, guys, you got to know it's going to take time. It's going to take time to build anything up. You got to be disciplined. You can't quit. You got to make sure that you have someone that's going to be there for you, that's going to coach you, that if this not working, you can implement another plan. You can, adjust, make minor adjustments. Sometimes that's all it takes is a minor adjustment. I'm just so very grateful and thankful. I pray my prayer every day that God bless us to live a long, healthy, happy, blessed, and prosperous life, to bless us to be a blessing, to be able to go out there and do what God has called us to do, to impact 1 billion lives before we leave this planet. And I'm praying every day. And I'm praying that someone, I don't care if it's one person that heard this and say, look, I need to get my consultation so we can get started and we do our job. I would definitely say I asked you because I can't do it by myself. There's no way I can impact, me and Bruce can impact 1 billion lives by ourselves. But if you think this video is good and you think that, hey, I want to make sure my friends and my family is taken care of, and I want them to just to strike a conversation in your household, or to have your children to start looking at what they're doing so they're not just playing around with their time, nor you. I would say, please share this with at least 5 people. Share it with at least 5 people and make sure you claim your free consult. And let's get an action plan together that we can formulate over the next 12 to 18 months. We'll start there and then we'll follow up from there. 12 to 18 months. You can change anything really in 3 months. But realistically, if we can focus on 12 to 18 months, be consistent, get a game plan together, really give you a financial checkup from the neck up, see where you are, where you want to be, what's your goal in the next few years, or what's your goal in the next 12 months. Let's start there. Let's take baby steps and let's do something to change your financial future. And within yourself, what you're looking like for as health wise. If you need to change things of that nature, what you need to do. And we know people who are in the health arena that can get you on a game plan as well. Okay. With that being said, I want to say thank you for allowing me to come in your living room, your bathroom, your bedroom, your tub, wherever you are watching. Thank you so much for allowing me to be there. Thank you for tuning in to Money Madness. Guys, make sure you go to tiffisllc.com and get your free 15-minute consult. Get the book, because it's definitely, remember what I said, invest in yourself. It's not 500, okay? It's only 15. Get your book and start reading it and start implementing some of the game plans that I got in there already. And there's a resource of information in there, a lot of information in there that you can tap into right now to give you the support that you need. With that being said, guys, I want to say thank you. My name is Jean Malo Davis. I am a wealth creator. You're a wealth creator too. Remember that you can have, be, do anything, but you got to take action, not now, but right now. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the Jean Malo Davis Show this Thursday at 8 p.m. Same back time, same back channel. We're going to have a great time. And God bless you and keep you. And I see you on Thursday, God willing. Take care. God.
Get money, you need that money. To get something you want, you gotta have